Where are you at with an older wide receiver? Now, he's going to be what age did we say he was going to? He's going to be 32 in June. All great wide receivers were born in June, by the way. So he's got a lot of ball left.
He's a Gemini.
Now, I do want to mention this, though. Before you say, I just want to mention this real quick. So he's had 2,000-yard receiving yards in his career, right? The last 3 years, 8, 12, 7, 37, 7, 10. But he's done that in 9 games, 12 games, and 12 games.
Right. So the bad news is he's been injury-prone the last 3 years. The good news is when he plays at a level that's basically what? That's 5 to 6 catches per game. And I don't know. You tell me. What's 700 divided by 12?
I was trying to hope they had an average, and they did.
Is that about 8 to 80? No, 7? No. But, yeah, somewhere between 60 and 70 yards per game. So, basically, he's a 5-catch, 60, 65-yard per game guy when he plays. But he's had injury issues. So, for what he is as a player and what he's done and the kind of Mark, just wait until Mark comes on and we bring up Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's going to talk about him in a way that you're going to be like, I only wish that somebody could talk about me the way that Mark Schlereth talks about Cooper Kupp.
Okay, can't wait for that.
Okay, so you'd be bringing that guy onto this team.
I'm hard, dog.
I've never heard that one before. That's a good one.
Basically, not used in that context, but it was meant for something else. But we'll use it that way.
Cap.
We'll use it that way. But that's the only question. If you're telling me I'm going to get 15 games from Cooper Kupp at 5 catches, 65 yards, sign me up for a 4th-round pick. Am I going to get that, though?
That's a gamble in this now. It's.
I mean, the Rams, who know him better than anybody, who owe this guy a huge debt of gratitude for, helping to deliver almost single-handedly a Super Bowl. They've decided that they're ready to move on.
Well, that doesn't mean that he's done. I mean, I don't, just because a team is ready to move on from a player, a lot of teams moved on from me. I mean, I still had some good football left in me, so it's not saying that he's totally done. Sometimes it's economics. Sometimes they just want to get younger at that position. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a role for some team in the NFL, like a team like the Broncos. We could use a veteran slot wide receiver, a guy that can play inside and outside, that does all the things the right way. Would you think Bo Nix would love Cooper Kupp?
If the price is absolutely right from what you're trading for him, if getting him costs me a 5th-round pick and then I can work out a new contract with him that's team friendly, sure. Why not?
3 years, $30 million, $20 million guaranteed.
And I give up a 5th-round pick to trade for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd pay him $10 million a year.
Yeah.
I think he's worth it.
Yeah, because I think you would get a lot of other intangibles as well.
And we're going to take care of him, Mike. We're going to take care of him.
I just wonder though if you're talking about bringing back Courtland Sutton as well. I just wonder if you're starting to get a little redundancy there with Courtland Sutton and Cooper Kupp.
No. We're not.
No? Okay.
No.
I trust
you.
Yeah,
I know. You always call me the expert. I want you to trust me.
Would I call you an expert if I didn't trust you? Would I?
Yes,
I'd call you something. I would call you something else.
A fraud. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. I'd rather not think about wide receivers.
No, I think that because they're two different receivers. You got Courtland, more of a big body wide receiver. He's not in the slot. And then Cooper's a guy that could do a little bit of everything. You can put him outside and you can put him inside. But I think he would thrive with a guy like Sean Payton. A lot of rotation of wide receivers. We're keeping them fresh. We got different guys for different personnel groupings. And I think that would be a good fit for a guy like Cooper Kupp. We're not asking him to play 60 plays a game. Come in, some games you're going to give us 15, some games you're going to give us 30, and that's about it. And we're good. Come on. Come on to Denver.
Hey, he's a terrific player. He's an incredibly hard worker. He's somebody who is to say this guy is a willing blocker. And again, I'll let Stink bring it up, but for Bronco fans of a certain age, when you remember Ed McCaffrey and Rod Smith as blockers,
Hell yeah!
Cooper Kupp is exactly in this class. So if that is important,
Puka and Cooper are Puka gets after it.
Puka gets after it too.
Yeah. So
and let's
those
also
two,
remember too that part of the reason why Cooper Kupp's numbers are down is the emergence of Puka Nacua,
yeah,
who's been amazing.
and I think his numbers would have been fine if he could have just stayed healthy and played 17 games the last 2 years. I mean, he would have been over 1,000 yards if he had 5 more games.
Right.
I mean, he's missed 10 games the last 2 years.
Okay, so
I'm not worried about
you
that,
being
though.
the expert.
Thank you.
The only question I have is, do you worry about these last 3 years as a sign that, because sometimes when it happens with a guy, it happens fast, and the decline is shocking to so many people. I mean, he just falls off the cliff immediately. So I just want to make sure that you don't see that right now with Cooper Kupp, because if you don't, then
Look,
okay, sign me up.
Well, I mean, I can't. I don't have a crystal ball here.
No.
No one can predict.
Look,
on
I'm calling
what's
you an
gonna happen.
expert. Let's not start watering down your expert.
I'm just telling you, I feel good about this gamble. It's all a gamble, especially when you're talking about older players, whether it be running back, any position. It's a gamble here, but I still think he's got good football in front of him.
You ready to hear some gushing?
Yeah. Okay, bring him
like
on.
Real gushing?
Yeah.
Okay. We say good morning to Mark Schlereth. Good morning, Mark.
As he grabs the microphone and moves it on.
Good.
Big bare hands.
Good morning.
Hey, Mark.
That's right. That was it was all off. I had to get it at the right spot.
So we were talking about the idea of Cooper Kupp as a Bronco.
Yes.
And Stoke is absolutely on board with it. The idea that if you're giving up a 4th or 5th round pick and a new contract that's team friendly, what'd you say, about 3 years?
30? I don't know. Is that
like
too much? $20 million guaranteed?
Okay.
2 years guaranteed?
And I said, boy, if you like Cooper Kupp, wait until Stink comes on. Because if Stink likes anything in sports, it's talking and extolling the greatness of one Cooper Kupp. So the floor is yours, Mark.
Yeah, love Cooper Kupp. Love not so much that he went to Eastern Washington, big rival of the Vandals, but I love Cooper Kupp because Cooper Kupp is a complete football player. The other thing I think that Cooper Kupp helps, I think he helps the development of your quarterback. He's a target-friendly guy that understands defenses. He's unbelievable in the run game. So he just does so many things for your offense that make him a problem. So, yeah, I love the fact. I'm on board 100% with Stoke. If you can get Cooper Kupp, he does so many things offensively for you. He gives you so many options. Sean Payton always talks about that, what does he call him, the Joker type of guy. Like, Cooper Kupp fills a lot of different roles for you. I would love to see Cooper Kupp as a member of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's 36, 37. He's 31, going to be 32 this year. And I just think that Sean will use him the right way. And Mark, to Mark's point, I mean, you can't find a guy more perfect for a young quarterback than a guy like Cooper Kupp right now. Right, a guy that knows how to run routes. He's going to get open. The quarterback's going to trust him. He's going to be that security blanket for Bo Nix. That's what we need around here. And I get it. He's older, but that's okay. We need to find someone, right? Who are we going to start spending this money on? And do I want to go in the draft and keep my fingers crossed that this team is going to find a slot receiver? I've been asking that for 10 years. And we haven't found one. So let's go get this guy. Give us some time to hopefully find the next great slot receiver or / Cooper Kupp. And while we're still developing Bo, I just think it would make a lot of sense for the Denver Broncos.
All right, so my last thought on this one, Mark, is you remember the Super Bowl year? He was just unbelievable. Won the Triple Crown, right, in all the receiving categories. 145 catches, 1,947 yards, and 16 touchdowns, and was clearly Matthew Stafford's whoopee throughout the playoffs on into winning a Super Bowl.
Sure.
But since then, 3 years, he's played in 9, 12, and 12 games. I know you've done some Rams games during that stretch. Do you just see any sign, though, of a guy that not only it's not a slow decline, a guy who is kind of falling off the cliff quickly here?
No, I see a guy that when he's healthy, now he's had some injury issues, but when he's healthy, he is unbelievably dynamic and does a ton of things for that offense. Still, I mean, he's a complete workhorse. And, oh, by the way, like, What if all of a sudden you say, hey, man, you know what, Coop? We just want you to be a guy that's running routes for us and doing those things. We're not going to ask you to block defensive ends like we've asked you with the Rams forever. Like, we're not going to ask you to do those things. Do you think you could stay healthier if he's not double-teaming with an offensive tackle on a defensive end and taking over that defensive end or climbing up to a middle linebacker? Like, yes, I think I think part of the reason he's had trouble staying healthy is because of all the different things the Rams ask him to do. And I will tell you, sitting down with Matthew Stafford, when he got to L.A., he said the guy who really introduced him to the offense and helped him learn the offense was Cooper Kupp. He came to the quarterback meetings in the offseason. Like, he knows the offense that well. He's such a smart football player. Dude, that guy only benefits your football team.
Okay, here's the question here. So a guy like Cooper Kupp, I mean, he's got some power in this. He's got some say in this, right? I mean, you're not going to trade for him if Kupp doesn't want to go to your football team, right? I mean, he's going to have to rework his contract. I don't think anybody's going to pay him $20 million this year. Do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
So would this be an attractive spot for Cooper Kupp? Would Cooper Kupp want to come to the Denver Broncos? Is my question to y'all.
Mark? Would he see the similarities, maybe some similarities between McVay and Peyton?
Sure. Smart coach, really understands offense, understands how to get you in a position to have success. Yeah, absolutely. Young quarterback who is, who's a potential superstar. I definitely think the Broncos would be a place, and Denver, Colorado would be a place where he would like to come.
Well, and also keep in mind, what has Cecil told us throughout all this, that if the Broncos had not taken Bo Nix, who would have reached up to grab him? Sean McVay and the Rams.
Yeah.
So maybe some like-minded thinking there, and who knows? Maybe there's another connection
and here's the other thing, and I agree with you, Mark. I think this would be a place that he looks at and says, yeah, I'd like to play with this young quarterback. That would be fun. The other thing also, and this played a part in me coming here to Denver after Indianapolis. Now, I didn't have any other options, so that also helped me come to Denver. But the fact that when you look at the Broncos, you look at how much they put into their training facility, their rehab, how healthy they've been the last couple of years under Sean Payton with Bo Lowry. They hired him, the great job that he's done. And so if you're a guy that's been injured, that's had injury problems, you look at the training staff, how do they handle the injuries? What kind of resources do they have for me to try to stay healthy? And you look at the Broncos and say, oh, my gosh, they got the best of the best. So that's also a very attractive for an older guy, a guy like Cooper Kupp.
Stink. I realized the error in my ways yesterday. I don't know what got into me.
I don't think you caught my joke. You didn't catch my joke.
I guess I didn't catch your joke.
Yeah, you didn't.
I'm sorry.
I tried to make a joke.
What was the joke?
But you did.
Come on, dog.
Did you hear the joke? Did anybody else catch it?
Anyone hear the joke?
No, usually normally jokes are funny. So
I
people
thought
laugh
it was
at them,
funny, but Mike, well, see, here's the problem. I'll bring y'all behind the curtains real quick sometimes. Mike, it wasn't that the joke wasn't funny. Mike just sometimes just doesn't listen.
No. I'm looking at my. I'm running the show. I'm getting ready to.
That's what his
joke.
That's what he says when he's not listening. He said, "Well, I got a show to prepare for."
I'm pivoting. I'm ready to pivot here. What was the joke?
I said one of the reasons why I came to the Denver Broncos when I came here after the Colts, I was hurt. I had Achilles injury. Was their training facility?
Yeah.
Plus, no one else wanted me.
Well,
see, you gotta laugh. There it is. Thank you. Ha ha. Chuckle.
Somebody would have. Somebody would have. Come on. Yeah. You're Brandon Stokely, man. Somebody would have.
Right.
I mean, Brady. You probably would have ended up with Brady.
Tommy. Could you imagine me and Tommy?
You and Tommy would have got along great. He'd have looked at you and go, let's see, who do you remind me of? Are you Welker? Are you Edelman? Maybe you got a little bit more Amendola in you.
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan, you know he played lacrosse.
Maybe we'll put you in the backfield with Danny Woodhead.
Swiss Army knife. There you go. So yesterday I was like, I don't know, I lost my way. I throw myself upon the mercy of the court, Broncos country. I lost my way. I was starting to look at, hey, maybe we, instead of villainizing the Chiefs, we should look at them as a model to try to emulate. And Broncos country just beat me down, and I deserve that. I pat the chest. I own that. So now I'm back to hating the Chiefs and looking for reasons to hate the Chiefs. And I got one yesterday. And guess who provided the material? Yep, none other than Travis Kelce when asked at media night if he could ask one question in the media. Here's what he said.
Why are you guys leaning into this whole ref thing? You know what I mean? Like, why are you guys leaning into it? That's all I got, though.
Okay.
Talk about D-bag.
Yeah.
Now, the only good thing about all that is it's in their head, too. And they know deep down. They know deep down that even if they go out and win a third straight Super Bowl, for most of football America, it'll be tainted. It'll be tainted because people will feel like it wasn't pure, that they were gifted Super Bowls because of the refs. But there you go.
I don't think that they're going to think that.
Football America?
Yeah, no, I don't think that'll bother them.
You don't?
Yeah, no.
The fact that that was his go-to response. So clearly he's thinking of it.
No, I don't.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
I don't think that they're not thinking about it, but I think if you win 3 in a row, you're not going to care what anybody says about officiating. I'm like, do I care that that people bring up crap about the Broncos salary cap when we won championships? Nope, I don't, because I got a ring. It doesn't matter to me. So I don't think they're going to that. But I think they think about it in that, what if we don't get the calls? What if we don't get then all of a sudden, because listen, if they don't get the calls, the Eagles are a damn good football team. What if it goes the other way, Mike? Woo.
I just think
they're nervous.
Stoke, I think that if the Chiefs win, you watch, they are going to be, all their post-game comments will be, nobody believed in us. Everybody thought it was rigged. Well, for all of you who think it was rigged, da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling you, it's on their mind. They're using it as a chip, which to their credit, anytime you can build that chip on your shoulder, use it. But I guarantee you, they're aware of it. It bothers them, and they're going to let everybody know about it if they win.
Maybe so, but to Mark's point, they're not going to care. In 2 years, they're not going to care. They're not going to care in a year. I don't care what you think about my Ravens team. I don't care what you think about my Colts team, or what you said was we did wrong, or if we cheated, or if we piped in crowd noise, or whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't bother me at all. And I think with the Chiefs, so yeah, they're going to use this for motivation. But they've been doubted so much, and it hasn't just been about the refs. It's always something else. Well, the Chiefs always play these games at home. They're not going to be able to win playoff games on the road. Well, they did that last year. They used that for motivation. Oh, the Chiefs, they don't have any receivers. They can't catch. How are they going to win? Well, they find a way to win. So the Chiefs can't keep winning these close games. This is a year. No, not so fast. So they use this stuff for motivation. I don't think that it's going to be a big deal for them. Now, will they come out and say something after the game? Yeah, probably so. But I don't think it's going to play a role or a factor in this game.
So, Stink, we asked the question of Broncos country. We took the temperature.
Stoke, rectally.
Yeah, Stoke thinks that you need to come up with something else.
Yeah, it's time to move on from that.
He thinks that's run its course.
No.
I do.
Let's put
it on the Ramos Law.com text line.
No, that has not run its course, Stoke. I mean, again, you don't you're very anti-rectal. And I don't know where it comes from. I am not
touching that.
I know that it's been an issue since you joined the show. You don't like it, and I get it, but it's not going anywhere.
So you gotta understand, part of what makes the charm of Stink bringing up the rectal,
yes, right,
is that this is the guy who at the Super Bowl, remember, pulled the joke where he had the giant jacuzzi thermometer between his butt cheeks, and the Miami Dolphins that's trainers came in, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And who is this guy? And how do you deal with this guy? Oh,
that's hilarious. Then it's still hilarious.
That's Stink being Stink. So just let him have it. Let him have it.
Sometimes you got to turn the page and find something new and fresh.
Let him have it. Okay?
No, you don't.
That's his thing. Anyway,
no, I disagree. You don't.
Anyway,
some things, the classics never die. The classics never die.
So here's the question, Stink.
All right.
For Broncos country, who does Broncos country hate more? Mahomes, Kelce, Reed, And the Chiefs or Brady, Belichick, Gronk, McDaniels, and the Patriots.
Wow. Listen, you can't hate Andy Reid, but Broncos country better hate the Chiefs more than they hate the Patriots, because Broncos country had their way with the Patriots.
I told you, Mike. This is what I
They
told
had their
Evan.
way
And he
with the
argued
Patriots.
against me, tried to flip me, and got me really confused at like 6:20 this morning, and
It
got
wasn't
me all
hard.
flustered.
Wasn't hard to do.
You're right, Mark. You're right.
You got stoked flustered?
I
No.
did.
Very flustered
Really?
and confused. Yes.
Well,
I was
my point was this, is that the Broncos, when they were dealing with the Patriots, there were high stakes involved, okay? Because you were talking about either head-to-head matchups or the idea of battling for AFC supremacy. And so whatever bugged you about the Patriots happened during a time in which they were a direct challenge. They were a direct impediment in front of the Broncos. But during this age of Mahomes with the Chiefs, the Broncos have been bad to mediocre. And so it's not like the Chiefs have been this major thorn in the Broncos' side. And so while the Broncos have been going through their own issues and hopefully now starting to figure things out, yeah, the Chiefs are doing what the Chiefs are doing, but it hasn't really impacted the Broncos. The Broncos have been the Broncos. And a lot of teams have beaten the Broncos. So that's why I make the argument that the Patriots were more hateable just because the stakes were higher with the Patriots than they've been with the Chiefs lately.
That's a great effort on your part.
I'll tell you what,
behalf.
hold your response. I want to
Okay.
carry this over, and I do want to take the temperature of Broncos country. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. And then I got a question for you, Mark, that I can't wait to hear.